here. Are you looking for me? Or can I help you find something else? Hello, darling. Comfortable? I hope so. Now, I have a few questions of my own, and a few different methods of extracting my own information, so why don't we make this simple and easy? First of all, you don't look like an Asgardian, so I assume Odin didn't send you. Or did Big Brother send you? No talking. I didn't expect that much. You're from S.H.I.E.L.D, isn't it? Oh no, the patch on your shoulder suggests the many-headed Hydra. Who could fall an organization with limitless leaderships and an ever-changing balance of power? Well, you humans were always meant to kneel. Exactly why I put you in the position you are now. Must feel right at home. I wouldn't try standing if I were you. Those chains only seem to go in one direction, and that is down. I can raise and lower your arms, however, as I please. Perhaps I might be more inclined to do so if you answer some of my questions. If you refuse, though, I can always use that scepter I'm sure you've seen. I beg your pardon. I don't have it, you say? Well, what makes you so certain that I do not have that scepter? Interesting. You're telling me that if I let you go, you will tell me where it is. I'm not sure if I'm inclined to believe you. Agent, closing in on your position now. Stand by. What was that? You have an earpiece in. Do remember I have hearing far more enhanced than any human. Oh, I suppose that explains why you were here. Not looking for something, you were looking for someone. I suppose I am in the proper position to leave then. However, I do want to know one simple answer so that I can leave you intact for your partners to find you. How should I believe that you have my scepter? You don't have it, as I knew. First of all, it's very rude to interrupt. Secondly, if you know where I can find it, I would wager I have at least 10, 15 minutes before I need to leave. I see. All right then. Let's assume that, best case scenario, you do know where I can find my scepter. What is it you want? What must I do to get you to show me where the scepter is, and what do you get out of the deal exactly? Hydra information. Isn't that special? I see how the gears are shifting in your head. You're not a Hydra agent at all. You're a serpent slipping into the most remote, dark, and tedious hiding places, extracting what you can and leaving. If I'm not mistaken, are you looking out purely for number one? Darling, you and I are just alike. All right then. Let's go with your plan. What would you like me to do? That's a bit intense. You want me to release you, allow you to cuff me, and walk out of here calmly, allow me to be taken in for questioning. Hydra, if I'm not mistaken, does not question. They very much interrogate. Now, of course, I'm not afraid. I'm also not an imbecile. What precautions do they have just in case I try to escape? I see. We have a so classic glass case. Well then, I'll take you up on that offer. I have a small, prerequisite, however. I need you to close your eyes. Good. Now open them. You don't need to know what I just did. All you need to know is that I'm agreeing to your proposal. I will come with you into custody. I'll let your friends, acquaintances we'll call them, perform whatever experimentation they want. And when they are done, or when I'm through, then you and I are going to find this scepter. Very well, officer. Lead the way. Good evening, dear officer. Well, here you have it. I'm right where you want me to be. Why don't we skip over the formalities? I have an ongoing riddle for us. I will answer a question, and then you will. Does it sound agreeable? Right, of course, of course. You will be asking the questions. I understand. Why don't we begin? Ask me your first question, dear officer. Why was I in the collector's extravagant warehouse? Interesting question. Curious indeed. Why indeed would I be in a warehouse full of mystical, powerful artifacts? As if looking for something. Were you as well? But I did answer your question, didn't I? Oh, very well. Do you have another question? Oh, I apologize. Seems I've already asked 2 or 3 after you. Go on. I'm all ears. Okay. Persistence with the first one. Yes. I was looking for a certain artifact that I've already briefed you on. I'm sure you can brief your superiors as well. That is, if you haven't already told them. No, I did not believe I could find it in that warehouse. What I did believe was that I could at least be on the right trail. You see, I have a few plans in work myself. I know your organization is bent on remaining undiscovered by a certain shield-bearing organization. One that they've tried hiding under as well. So I will allow us to keep both of our schedules, and in order for me to answer your question, I must ask you this one. And I want you to listen closely, dear officer, especially in regards to what I've told you before. First of all, after we left, I believe I gave you a certain key myself. Do you still have it with you? Yes, the key to the cuffs, although that wasn't the only key. Good. Just wanted to make sure you had it. Now, if I were to answer your next question honestly, truthfully and entirely, where will I end up for experimentation? Experimentation, officer. Remember what you and I had talked about before when we were in the warehouse? As much as I admire that confused, adorable face, you told me that you knew about some certain experimentation that I wanted to know about. I wanted to know the location. So, where is this experimentation in this building? What floor will I ultimately end up on? And I will answer any question you need. I will do everything then I'm all ears. Ask away, dear officer. Yes, in the warehouse I was looking for a certain artifact, a staff. Yes, a scepter. My plans with it, well, I did agree to tell you everything. My plans with it involve a couple of investors as well. They need me to have this scepter so that I can command an army that they've promised me. I'll unleash it first on New York. But it's not solely so I can dominate Earth. It's because there is a much greater threat on its way. I do believe that this is the bit of knowledge your organization wanted to know about as well. Is that correct? Good. Well, this terrible entity who I've struck a deal with, at their head, is a being that they revere as a god. A being who seeks the power to wipe out half of the universe population, if he so desires the balance that it would bring. Or at least he believes it would bring balance. To be frank, I merely wish to survive. I believe you and the rest of Earth would as well. That's not the question. You're right. Yes, I do want to place myself at Earth's head, as well as on Asgard's throne. But I'm certain you and I would both agree that Earth would be much safer if the humans surrendered their freedom to one who could protect them. That way, when this calamitous figure inevitably obtains the power that he wants to enact this so-called balancing of the universe, we might have one planet that could be secure. Another question I have, if you don't mind. Do you also agree that you and I have the same mindset, the same belief that survival should be granted to those who fight for it, who seek it, and whether they fail or not, it is a right granted to them? Very well. That's all the questions I have. I would like that key now. That's unnecessary. I know you can't come in here. I don't need you to. Just hold it out, will you? Thank you, dear. Key to my locker. Congratulations, officer. You've arrested a walking suit. You've arrested an illusion. Don't worry, though. Don't worry, my dear. We'll see each other again. That I am certain.